What is up, guys? Rick Hackis here, going over the new Monarchy Shotgun, the Judgement VI, said to be the best shotgun in the entire game right now. We're going to be taking that claim head on, as we're going to be comparing it to the other three heavy hitter shotguns also said to have a position at the top of the shotgun slot. We have the Party Crasher +1, Felwinter's Lie, and Matador 64. So we're really going to see whether the Judgement VI is really the best shotgun in the game. So let's get started. Firstly, let's just start by going over the Judgement and why it is considered so good. Now, this gun is reforgeable, meaning that you can take it to the gunsmith and completely change its perks. You're probably going to need to do this, as there's a couple of perks you really need for this gun. I have an insanely good roll, arguably one of the best rolls, with aggressive ballistics. Now, that's going to increase impact, as you can see. I can actually increase field choke a little bit, and the range, if you really squint and watch the range actually doesn't go to the absolute range maximum when I put on aggressive ballistics, but the impact goes up, so it's pretty much the same. But that being said, again, the starting range of the Judgement isn't that amazing, and I can't reach the range maximum with aggressive ballistics even if I have rifled barrel. So that is a definite factor with this gun. Now in the middle perk, I have Rangefinder. This is definitely one of the best perks. Shot package is arguably a little bit better, but I spent a lot of motes on this gun, and so I settled with Rangefinder, and it's still quite a good perk. Now, another benefit of this gun is that it has a small magazine, and that kind of sounds a little weird, but here's what it means. A small magazine of 4 combined with luck in the chamber, meaning that one random bullet in the magazine causes bonus damage, means that you have a 1/4 chance every shot of doing 1/3 more bonus damage, which is insane. So it's basically going to give you a 1/4 chance of sniping a guy with this shotgun that you probably would not have been able to kill him from that distance before. Another huge advantage of the Judgement VI is I can head over to the new Monarchy vendor right here and simply buy a Judgement from him. Now, of course, I'm not rank 3, so technically I can't buy it, but it is a guaranteed thing. The other shotguns drop randomly, so you might just never be able to get, for example, the Party Crasher +1, whereas with the Judgement, you do have a definitive point where, yes, you can just buy it and 100% guarantee that you get this gun. Now let's get to the moment you've been waiting for and compare the Judgement VI with the other heavy hitter shotguns. Firstly, the Party Crasher +1. You can see here that the Party Crasher +1 has noticeably more impact and actually has a tiny sliver more range. And again, that's because I'm using aggressive ballistics. If I go to field choke, I do reach that range maximum, but the impact difference is even more noticeable. Now I am going to go back to aggressive ballistics because I think it is better, and you can see there is some more advantages of the Judgement. The Judgement, although it does lack in impact and a tiny bit in range, it does have a little bit faster fire rate, much faster stability, and a little bit faster reload. And my Party Crasher actually does have aggressive ballistics as well. Next, let's compare the Judgement with the Matador 64. Now here's a little bit more noticeable impact difference. Again, there's a tiny bit range benefit, but the Judgement has substantially more rate of fire, massively more stability, and more reload. And the Matador 64, should be said, does have field choke, so with aggressive ballistics, it would do a little bit more damage and the stability wouldn't be as severely impaired. But even then, with aggressive ballistics, I think the Judgement would still clearly beat it in rate of fire, stability, and reload. Now let's move on to the last comparison, the Judgement with the big boy himself, the Felwinter's Lie. Here again, there is a noticeable impact difference, an advantage to the Felwinter, a tiny range difference, but again the Judgement wins outright in rate of fire, stability, and reload. Now, the overall summary of those comparisons was that you could see that the other shotguns did clearly have more impact and, again, a tiny sliver more range. So they are better at one-shot kills than the Judgement. There's just no other way of putting it. If you're using a Judgement, you can be outshot definitively by stuff like the Felwinter's Lie, the Matador 64, and to a lesser extent, the Party Crasher +1, because the Matador and the Felwinter have a tiny bit more impact than the Party Crasher. but it was also quite definitive that the other stats overall, rate of fire, stability, and reload, all went to the advantage of the Judgement VI. So you've really got to ask yourself, what do you want to be doing with your shotgun? The Judgement VI does seem like a great overall option, and again, I praised the Party Crasher +1 in the previous comparison video for being the best overall option, and here it looks like the Judgment might even be better than the Party Crasher as just overall everyday use. And again, I said that, you know, if you miss that first shot, if you miss that extremely powerful first shot with something like the Felwinter, you have quite a long time to get a second shot off. With the Judgment, that time is more than double of the Felwinter's Lie. So the Judgment might just kind of be, you know, there's lag, there's enemies doing weird ass stuff, blinking out of the way, so you might miss a shot. It's entirely possible, in which case you've got to get a second shot. And to there, the advantage lies, it seems like, with the Judgement VI. But again, when you're on Trials of Osiris, you see a guy, he sees you, and he has a Felwinter, and you have a Judgment, unless you get that Luck in the Chamber bonus, he will shoot you from farther away than you can shoot him, which is a clear disadvantage of the Judgment. I also really want to delve into the Luck in the Chamber perk, because that was one of the main reasons why people say this is so good. You can get Luck in the Chamber, it only has a 4-round magazine, so a 1 in 4th chance to do massive damage, which is true, but then the perk kind of gets weird once you start to reload. The perk makes a lot more sense when you have a gun like a hand cannon, and it's very clear you reload the entire magazine at a time, and then the perk is reapplied. But what happens with a shotgun? What if I shoot one shot and then I reload one shell into my shotgun? Does it reapply? Does it only apply to the next 3 shots and then the next shot is, you know, one new magazine? If I completely expend my magazine of my Judgment and I'm at 0 rounds in a magazine, but I only reload 1 slug and then cancel the reload, does that count as a whole new magazine? Does it automatically apply the bonus to just that? Do I have to go to 0 rounds in a magazine and then completely reload all 4 rounds to reapply the bonus? These are questions that we probably will not get an answer to until Bungie creates private lobbies for Crucible and someone goes in and tests this gun for 3 hours straight to definitively figure out what the heck this perk does. It's also important to realize that for every time you get an outrageous snipe with the Luck in the Chamber perk applying to that shot, there's also going to be plenty of times where the Luck of the Chamber extra damage applies and it's completely unnecessary. If a guy is right in front of you and you would have killed him with no damage bonus and then that's the round the Luck in the Chamber perk applies to, it's completely wasted. That's going to happen a lot. A 1/4 chance to do extra damage is not necessarily something you should be relying on. Yes, it's useful, but the times that you desperately shoot a guy that you know is a little bit out of range, but the Luck in the Chamber perk applies and you miraculously snipe him and get the kill, otherwise you would have died, that happens extremely little. You get used to the range of your shotgun, and then you usually only engage enemies when they're clearly within that range. Your time is probably better spent sliding closer into your enemies rather than trying to get a 1/4 chance to get the snipe at the distance you are. And in that respect, I think this whole Luck in the Chamber with a small magazine thing is a little bit overrated. So in summary, do I think the Judgement VI is definitively the best shotgun in the game? Well, the answer is no, I do not, because all of these shotguns are so similar that in practical terms for most people playing this game, whatever one you get first, you get a good roll on that, level it up, and that is going to be perfectly fine for all of your Crucible rounds. I think realistically the Judgment kind of ties with the Party Crasher in being the best overall shotgun for just Crucible play. Again, the Judgment misses out on a little bit of extra kill distance, but has overall better stats. But if I'm doing Trials of Osiris and I need to get those one-hit kills immediately, I'm still going to be using something like the Felwinter's Lie. I think that some of the reason the Judgement VI was so hyped up and claimed to be the best shotgun in the game is because there's a few sensationalist YouTubers out there who kind of just say everything is the best gun, best sniper, best whatever, without having a lot of hardcore evidence to back it up. I remember seeing one YouTuber that had a random ass sniper rifle and he was claiming it to be the best sniper rifle in the game, but if you look at the stats, there's literally nothing special about it. You know this guy is full of shit when at the very end of the video he said, one of the reasons I love this sniper is because it comes with this scope and it reminds me of the Halo scope. Anyone who knows anything about Destiny knows that legendary weapons come with random scopes. You can get that same scope on pretty much any other different legendary sniper. So again, the Judgement VI is a damn good shotgun. If you get it, don't be afraid to level it up because it is fantastic. That being said, the evidence points towards that it just isn't clearly the best option. It may actually be the most versatile, overall useful gun, tying or possibly beating the Party Crasher +1 for Crucible play, but again, if you really want those one-shot kills, you still gotta stick with something like the Felwinter's Lie. That's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. Doing so will let you see Destiny content similar to this. My Twitch channel and Twitter are both linked in the description of this video. So check out my Twitter if you want to get in touch with me, and check out my Twitch if you want to see my ramblings live. Again, I hope you enjoy, and as always, have a good day.